And welcome back, everybody, to the California Stanford starring Fantasy Rebuild Challenge. I think that's about what I said last time. The first time I think in this series that we've had an episode start with a similar name. But yeah, we're in the regular season finale, or for us, our first season finale, as we are just 2-10. So we will be finishing out this season today. Last season was our best episode yet. We were 500 in that episode alone, obviously not on the season. We went through 4 different games. We won 2, we lost 2, so progress for sure. It was our only 2 wins of the season. So for these last games, we're going to play a lot more of the younger guys, give them some experience, hopefully get some development boost for them. But before we get started with any of that, we have a few things we need to take care of over on this left side here. We're going to take a look at the playoff picture real quick. So far, what it's looking like for the teams, the 2 teams with the byes right now are the Patriots and the Falcons. Over in the AFC, we have the Jags and Raiders, the Ravens and Texans, and Broncos and Jets. Over in the NFC, we have the Lions and Packers, the 49ers, Buccaneers, football team, and Saints. Of course, that is still subject to change with, I think, about 5 weeks left. So we'll keep an eye on that one, or probably just take a look at that when we get to the end of the season, kind of see who's done what this year. I'm going to mute the game audio as we're going to go into a press conference here titled Under Siege. Coach, protection for the quarterback was a major issue this past week as you surrendered a high volume of sacks. Where do we start? I mean, really, if you're giving up sacks, it's got to be the offensive line. It says it all starts up front. The number one job for the offensive line is to keep the quarterback clean. And as our laundry guy can attest, that did not happen. So that being said, extra preparation, sure. We want to get better. We're going to get back to the drawing board and spend some extra time driving home the fundamentals to make sure we don't have a week like that again. Obviously, we need to keep our rookie quarterback protected as best as we can. So we'll get the increased here for pass protection. Going to give the offensive line +3 to pass block power and finesse. But we'll also decrease? Interesting. So we definitely want to focus more on passing the ball this next week, as we're going to lose 3 run block power and run block finesse. Beat the Giants and pass for 300+ yards? Well, we'll try to get that done. Bonus goal, and just keep going. Limiting sacks allowed will give your offensive line a temporary boost. Well, any boost is a good boost, I'd say. And we're also 2 staff points away from getting the strength boost for our offensive line. So hopefully after this Giants game, we will have that. So, yep, let's unmute that game audio. And I'll kind of do some of the behind-the-scenes things here real quick, do the weekly strategy, set that all up, and adjust the roster to now have more of the younger guys playing rather than the older guys. And we'll probably end up simming through probably week 14, 15, and 16. We'll probably watch the 4th quarter of the Broncos game. We did beat them last week. Or not last week. Well, I guess it would be last week because these are coming out once every week. But in the last episode, we did beat the Broncos. As you can see in the standings, they are leading our division, the AFC West. Currently, they are tied with the Raiders, but they have gotten the edge there. So we'll probably watch the last bit of that game, and then we'll play the moments for the last game of the season. Just kind of see how we end up wrapping this regular season up. And then next episode will be the off season, where hopefully some good changes will come. And with all the adjustments made for the remainder of the season, this is kind of what we're looking at now. So J.J. Arcega-Whiteside will be one of the starters at receiver on the outside. Simi Fehoko will still be playing at the slot receiver spot. Quarterback, running back, and fullback, they're all the same. And then Carter will also get a start at the outside spot. Hanson might get in a little bit, but he's also a bit on the older side, so wasn't too pressed to get him out there. Dalton Schultz will now get the starting tight end spot, with Parkinson being the second man up. The tackles are remaining the same. The only difference on the offensive line is Nate Herbig is coming in at right guard and Drew Dahlman at center. Andres Pete will stay there, as we only had those 2 backups. So, well, we did have Fleming, but he's a bit on the older side. Definitely older than the 2 tackles that we do have, so might as well keep them out there. On defense, a little a little shaken up just a little bit. The defensive line is the same. We didn't really have any younger guys who needed to get out there. So that's also a position we would like to get younger at. We'll see what's available in free agency. As for the corners, Adebo is now the number 1 corner, with Lewis Marshall being the number 2. And then Hall will get the start at the slot. He's one of our lowest overall corners, but he is a rookie, so he'll stay out there. Reed will stay at free safety. Tuhill and Kunazik, I believe is how it's pronounced. They are coming in to play linebacker. Okereke and Scarlett will continue to play. And Richards, who's played actually quite a bit this season, is going to come in for strong safety. As for the special team players, they're staying the same. Not really anyone else to switch out for them. And then as you can see, basically all the other guys are basically the same. Only difference being Hall is coming in for that slot corner spot. And D-line stayed the same. Sub-linebackers, we will have Kunazik come in the nickel packages and dime packages as the number 2. If for some reason Okereke is injured, hopefully not, but he'll be at least out there for nickel. And that's about all the changes. So now it's time to sim over and see if we could get our 3rd win of the season. We're really aiming high here in the first season of this challenge. And unfortunately, just not able to get it done against the Giants. We end up losing by 10 points, 24-14. But we've seen worse from us. Offensively, we gained 299 yards, 77 rushing, 222 passing yards. So didn't meet all of the goals for this game. We'll see about the sacks. But trying to kind of see what else we did. Total yards gained. We had more total yards, so defense played decently well. We did, however, have 3 turnovers, which is going to hurt for sure. Red zone percentage, we were 100% whenever we could get there. And penalty yards, only 28. Time of possession, though, they definitely killed us at. But let's see what but what about the actual stats here? What ended up happening? So Kyle Trask threw for 4 yards. Interesting. Derek Carr, a little under 200. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Davis Mills had obviously 222. He had 1 touchdown, but did have 2 interceptions, and we did get sacked twice. We did get 2 sacks as well, so slightly better than the previous week, but not a whole lot. David Montgomery ran all over us, 119 yards and 25 carries for a touchdown. McCaffrey got 65 on 16 and a touchdown. Kenyon Drake had another touchdown for the Giants. And then just some sprinkled down through the other rushers here. Simi Fehoko, though, has a good game for us. 77 yards on 6 catches. And DeAndre Carter, 63 on 3 for a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 60 yards, touchdown, not bad. Pat Freiermuth, he's a guy I would like to play with if we did. I believe he's on the Saints. If we ever do a Saints rebuild, it could be fun. Schultz, very similar. In fact, you would say better because he only had minus 2 yards from Freiermuth, but on 1 less catch, so much higher average. Quintez Cephas, 28. Amon Ross. So interesting, 2 Lions receivers end up on the same team. And then just a few more yards sprinkled down through there. But what about blocking? Andres Pete gives up the 2 sacks. So the 2 guys that we brought in, being Herbig and Dahlman, they don't give up any sacks. So good for the younger guys there. Take a look at just our stats here. Jordan Kunazik. I'm always going to stumble over that name. He ends up getting the same amount of tackles as Jordan Richards. So 2 guys that we brought in to start for the remainder of the season. They lead us in tackles in this game. Tackles for loss goes to Darren Hall, another guy who we brought in, and Everson Griffin. Both of them have 2. Then a few other guys with 1. Quarterback sacks. 1 goes to Solomon Thomas, and another to a guy that we had just brought in. Casey Tuhill gets a sack on the day. And we did have 1 interception, and that was, again, Darren Hall. So good first game for him. Hopefully that'll see some good experience points for him. And it looks like we missed a field goal, so Fairburn not doing too well there. Does it tell us? So it was of 50 or more, and with Madden, sometimes it has them kick a 60-yard field goal. So hopefully that was the reason why it was a miss and not just poor play. But there's a couple things we need to take a look at. Plus, we have the points for the strength boost up front. But let's find out a little bit, as I again mute the audio of the game, what we get for the Under Siege press meeting or whatever it is that we had. Another tough loss. Any answers for the struggles the offense has had the past couple weeks in regards to the passing game? Not really. We're just struggling. Not much else to say other than that. We're trying, but clearly need to try a little bit harder because obviously it isn't good enough. Obviously, yeah, we lost, so we need to get better. A new game plan didn't have the intended results and has the team searching for answers. After allowing 0 sacks, your entire offensive line will have +5 pass block power and pass block finesse for the next 2 games, but we gave up 2 sacks. So a little confusing there. Davis Mills has received a +5 morale, so that will hopefully boost up his ratings as his overall was affected by poor morale. We'll see if that has boosted up, but let's go through a couple other things real quick, and then we'll check that out as well as some upgrades I think we have available. As you know, short week this week. Things quickly turn around are always especially tough on the defense from a recovery and stamina standpoint. That paired with limited time to prepare, I'm assuming is what it said. Of course, that goes both ways as offense. We have plenty of opportunities to take advantage of their defense and make some plays ourselves. I want to get extra preparation if it gives me the time, or the option to. Exactly, let's go out there with expectation. We're going to put a lot of points on the board. Hopefully that would be nice. We need some points on the board for sure. Beat the Chiefs and score 4 offensive touchdowns. We can do it. We've seen it done before. We just need our guys to actually take care of business out there. And here's the big upgrade for our offense. 24 of our staff points going to boost our offensive line with a +4 to their strength. Will definitely come in handy. We have 7 points remaining, so can't make any other upgrades. Definitely want to start focusing a bit over on defense. I could have sworn we had some upgrades for our defense, but I guess not. Maybe I'm thinking of the Vikings franchise, but definitely want to start focusing over on defense to help balance these things out. But now we need to upgrade some players. And with an upgrade today, Casey Toohill, after getting the start, got some good performance in there. There was a sack, I think a tackle for loss as well. So good to see some upgrades for him. +2 to his finesse move and 1 to his awareness. He's 25 years older, so a younger guy, but also kind of older at the same time. Not a whole lot of time to get better, but 70 finesse moves could be a decent backup here for us for a little while. And one last thing that I would like to do before we jump into simming again was wanting to take a look to find out if we learned anything about these tackles. It doesn't look like we do. With the last episode, we did have the focus scouting on Theo Hayes and Cedric Bryan. We don't end up learning anything about them, so I'm assuming we learned everything about the corner, and it looks like we do. Nate Cooper is 100% scouted. He's a round 2 to 3. He's actually looking more like a 3 to 4, so good thing that we learned a bit about him because we wouldn't have wanted to spend a higher overall pick for him, but he's 6'1", 205. He is 23 years old, so on the higher end of the rookies. He is coming out of USC. From the physical standpoint, I mean, he has good acceleration, but that's about it. Skill-wise, he has C-man coverage. We're really interested in him as a slot corner because he has A, block shedding, and B, tackling, which you would think would be pretty good. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with much cover skills. Zone is a D, press is a D, man coverage is a C, so a little, maybe something you could work with there. If he's available in the 4th round, we'd look to take him for sure, but I think we definitely need to focus more on those linemen now. And that's all of the weekly things we have to do, so go ahead and sim through this Chiefs game and hopefully get another victory. Again, we'll be playing or watching the last 2 weeks of this season. And we're not able to get the victory. Let's take a look at how it ended up shaping out. We end up losing this one 14 points, 38 to 24. And we at least had more consistency throughout the game, but defense just not able to hold it together long enough in this game. We give up 472 yards on defense for Kansas City's offense. However, we gained 337, so not awful. Most of that passing, 255 through the air, only 82 on the ground. How many first downs did we get? 14, not awful. I like 15 or more. Total yards gained, pretty close, but they definitely have the edge for sure. And we did have another turnover in this game. Time of possession in their favor, but not too much of a difference. We also had 65 penalty yards, which is never going to help. As for player stats, Teddy B goes for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions on just under 300 passing yards, and we didn't sack him once. Davis Mills, however, kind of the opposite. He was sacked 5 times, had a little over 250 passing yards, 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception. You could count for about 1 interception a game for him. Zeke Elliott goes off 138 yards on 14 carries, averaged 9.9 yards a carry, and he had a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 73 yards on 14 carries, and a touchdown. So at least seeing some consistent touchdowns from him on the ground. Alexander Madison gets 2 carries, 5 yards, and a touchdown. Very realistic stats for him. That is not the one that I wanted to click on. I wanted to click on receiving. There we go. DeAndre Carter, good game for us, though. 147 yards on 10 receptions and a touchdown. Ruggs had 100 and a touchdown for Kansas City. Conklin, 85 and a touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 50 and a touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside gets 45 on 3. Terry McLaurin, we actually did a pretty good job against him. Only 34 yards, 3 receptions. Not awful. Schultz gets into the end zone. 2 catches for 16 yards. And that's about it for the receiving game. Andres Pete gives up another 2 sacks. Walker Little gives up 2. And Quessenberry gives up 1. But still, so far, Herbig and Dahlman haven't given up a sack with their starting time that they've gotten at the end of the season. And I went out of that too soon. We didn't even look at the defense yet. And on defense, we were led in tackles by a large margin by Kunazik. Gets 12 on the day. How about tackles for loss? Anything? Not a single tackle for a loss. That will explain a bit. And no sacks, and there weren't any interceptions either. So just not a great game for our defense. We did, however, force a fumble. Casey Toohill, nice job. He's getting some good play time at the end of this season. However, it doesn't look like we recovered that fumble. How about kicking? Did we make all of our kicks? He made all of his field goals, but he missed 1 of 2 extra points. So Fairburn not having a great end to his season, but granted, the whole team isn't having too well of a end to the season. Back up to 15 points. We'll probably save that till about the end of the season and spend some points. That's if our coordinators even stay with us, because they might not. Go ahead and mute the game audio again. Best way we can make sure that there are no issues with copyright, because they still play music when you go into these cutscenes, even if you have music volume turned all the way off. It's confusing, but let's see. I didn't think the short week would affect us much, but clearly it did. Yeah, we had 5 sacks. It was not good. Not good. Our defense didn't do much either. So doesn't look like we're going to get anything out of that. I think there was another one that we have to go through. Playing spoiler. So I think we just want to ruin someone's chances at the end of this year. I know this season hasn't gone exactly the way we wanted it to, but it's important to remember that we can't just phone it in for the rest of the year. We kind of have by putting in some of the younger guys, but that's for future success, hopefully. Definitely, it's way too early to throw in the towel if we're able to go out and show these guys that we can play with top teams right now, something, maybe about off-season. Beat the Texans for a significant boost to your roster. I like the vagueness. We'll see what we're able to do. Anything else we need to go through? I think it showed that there was an injury, too, that we need to take a look at. And there is. Hopefully nothing too big. And really unfortunate. Simi Fehoko will miss the rest of the the rest of the season. Dislocated ankle will be out for 4 weeks. Really unfortunate. He was putting together a pretty decent year for us in the slot and was hoping to get some good rookie development for him. But we'll jump through the weekly strategy here, upgrade some players, and then we'll sim through the last, just sim through game, and then we'll jump into some games. And as for upgrades this week, kind of a little bit of some sour news there. Simi Fehoko does get the boost here. For him, probably just continue to go with the route runner for him. Want to make sure we're getting open as quickly as possible, and he gets a +3 to medium route running, which is nice, as that's kind of the distance that we really have with our quarterback Davis Mills right now. And that is his highest route running rating, 71. Would be 72 without the morale negative effect that's happening. We also have an upgrade for Christian McCaffrey. He's a 97. Maybe we'll go up. Yep, does go up. Of course, he does have the -1 with the morale, but he's a 98 overall, +1 to speed and acceleration, and +2 to spin move. These are what his ratings are currently looking like. A lot of elusiveness, no trucking whatsoever, some break tackle, catching, short route running. Heck, he might need to play some receiver for us if eventually we end up being able to draft a good running back or something. All kind of depends on what Madden gives us, but good upgrades to help try to round out this season a little bit. And that, I think, was the last thing we needed to take care of this week. So we'll sim through the Texans week, hopefully get a victory for some major boost to our roster. And then we'll start jumping into some of these games. And once again, close-ish, but not really close enough. Gonna drop this game by 12 here, 28-16. And we just lacked consistency. We scored a touchdown in the first, only had a field goal in the second, nothing in the third, and 6 points in the fourth. We'll see if that was 2 field goals or that was a mixed extra point. But, I mean, defense played all right. Averaged a touchdown given up per quarter. You really want to hope that your offense can at least keep up with that, but unfortunately, doesn't look like we can. We get about 350 for offensive yards. Combine that with some of the other things, we're up to a little under 400 total yards gained. However, Texans were closer to 500. We did force 2 turnovers, and we didn't give up any turnovers, which is always nice. That typically doesn't happen. Penalty yards, almost 100 yards in penalties. That's something we definitely need to get better at. And time of possession, fairly close, still in favor of the Texans. As for the player stats, Drew Lock, of all people, goes off for 4 touchdowns. He does throw 2 interceptions. We do bring him down for 1 sack. Davis Mills, 1 touchdown. He sacked twice, 156 yards. Decent passer rating, but, I mean, nothing spectacular. Rushing-wise, 93 yards and a touchdown for Christian McCaffrey on 20 carries. Austin Eckler gets 89 on 15. Henderson, 15 on 5. 11 for Locke. And we really only ran with Christian McCaffrey. Interesting. Not a single other person got anything. Dallas Goedert, tight ends always go off on my teams. 104 yards and a touchdown for Goedert. DeAndre Carter having a good end of the season, 76 yards on 7 catches for a touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 75 on 4. JJ gets 75 on 4 as well. Schultz, 57. Deontay Harris gets 52 and a touchdown for Houston. McCaffrey gets another 34 yards. Darrell Henderson Jr. gets a receiving touchdown for Houston. And Devontae Smith gets a touchdown for Houston as well. As for our offensive line, Walker Little gives up 2 sacks for us. Larson gives up 1 for Houston. Would like to see Little get better, depending if we're able to get some good tackles in this next draft. We'll see if he stays at tackle next year. Depend again on what all we're able to find. And once again, Kunazik leads us in tackles with 10. Justin Reed at 8. He also had a tackle for a loss, so back at least getting some tackles for a loss. 3 of them on the day. 1 for Kunazik, and then 1 for Alua and Solomon Thomas. And I know we got some sacks in there. Just 1 of them, however, to Alua. And I remember we forced some turnovers. Yes, we did 2 interceptions. 1 for Bobby Okereke and another one for Paulson Adebo. I'm really hoping he's getting Rookie of the Year for defense. That would be a nice boost for us. And then kicking-wise, he did miss a field goal. So we should have had another 3, but he did only have 2 attempts on the day, so he would have also had to miss an extra point. But it doesn't show that he missed one, because we scored 6 in the fourth. So a little confusing there on the stats, but doesn't really matter. Even if we got that extra point, it still would have been a loss. And unfortunately, because of that loss, we don't get the surprise boost to the team. Would have been nice to pull off the upset, but nobody expects us to win that game anyway. Keep fighting and blah, blah, blah. We're going to figure it out soon. I can feel it. It wasn't this week, but fighting is all we can do, and I have faith in the locker room, blah, blah, blah. I think there's going to be some coaching turnover in the offseason. Not, obviously, David Shaw, but offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. They just haven't got the job done. But there's some things we could do to at least get the team better improved for next year, so we'll take care of that. And we have a few more upgrades here. Some of it to our higher overall guys. Bobby Okereke gets an upgrade here. If he didn't have the -3 from morale, he would be a 82. So definitely getting better for sure, which is nice to see. We have some key players. Paulson Adebo gets another upgrade too. Let's see. I want to take a look at his rating. So I want him to be able to play a little bit of both. He's doing pretty well. I think we'll go with the slot upgrade here, just because sometimes you could get some zone and man at the same time. We get the man and agility and acceleration each get +1. +3 to awareness is always nice. Be a good upgrade for him. James Vaunters, one of our outside guys, will get a boost as well. He's now up to a 69 without the morale negative effect there. And Justin Reed with a boost as well. For him, I think we're going to go with hybrid. I just really like hybrid safeties. He still stays a scheme fit, and he'll get the +3 to tackling and +1 to acceleration, agility, and zone coverage. Try to take a look at what his ratings are looking like. Again, if it wasn't for the minus for the morale, be looking really good there. Definitely one of the stars of the team, one of the keystones to the defense that we would be building around. And now all that's done, we'll jump into this Denver game, sim on into the fourth quarter, and watch how it all finishes. We are jumping in here at a key moment here. 1st and goal. Broncos down at the 2. We're currently leading 14-9. However, that lead is now gone. Quick pass there to, I believe that's Michael Thomas on the slant route. That's going to give the Broncos the lead with an extra point. Will be 16-14. Hopefully our offense can retake the lead and defense hold on to it here. This was the longest time, though, in a game that I've seen us hold a lead, as we went ahead early in the first quarter and didn't really look back. But just now, as you saw here, we finally lost the lead on a short little slant route. It looks like they're going to go for 2 rather than kick the extra point, make it a 3-point game here. See if they're able to get the job done. We get a decent rush, and we hit home there with a safety blitz. That's Richards coming off the edge. Big play there for our defense. Going to keep this a 1-point game. If we're able to get a field goal, we'll take the lead. That's all we could ask for here. So we get the sack on number 10. Couldn't quite read the name, the back of the jersey there. That's on Garoppolo. Jimmy G takes the sack. Let's see if the offense can march down the field here, put together a good drive, take some time off the clock, and retake this lead here. Go for a pass on 1st down, and taking way too long to throw the ball there. That needs to be out a lot sooner. Tyrone, some other part of the last name, gets in there for the sack and to bring up a 2nd and 22. I believe that was Quessenberry over on the left end, or the left tackle that got beat. Might have not been. Might have been Walker, or yeah, Walker Little. He's getting up a lot of sacks. A lot of sacks at the end of this season for sure. Second and very long. Have two receivers to the top. Can't quite see how many at the bottom here, but I would expect quite a few. We go for a dump off Christian McCaffrey. I don't really know if he got anything. I say a gain of 2. Gonna bring up a 3rd and 20. Not really sure that's much better. And on third and very long, have two receivers to the top, a tight end, and probably another guy down at the bottom off screen. And a short pass goes to nobody. Ends up hitting the turf, and we're going to end up having to punt it here on 4th and 20. So didn't take off any time there, nor did we march down the field or put together a decent drive. Hopefully our defense can stand strong a little bit here as the good punt gets them down. I think that was caught around the 20-something, so good punt, but they get a good return as well. They'll start at the 38. And, of course, we played earlier in the season, and we had a surprise victory against the Broncos. I think it was either our first or was our second victory on the year, and we would like to see that repeated here. They go for a dump off to the sideline. They end up getting the tackle after a gain of 3. And they'll follow that up by staying in the shotgun here, but bringing out a heavy tight end set. Going to hand the ball off to Dalvin Cook down the middle. He spins, tries to get loose, but ends up being brought down there by Bobby Okereke. Be a 3rd and 4. Tight bunch to the top of the screen here. They're going to go for a pass. Dump off to Cook. Easy first down. That's going to be a tackle there by Kunazik. We've seen him play pretty well since coming in. He's much more of a run stopper than any sort of pass cover guy. But he's a younger guy, so we just wanted him to get some experience out there for sure. And on 1st and 10 from the 49, spread look, two receivers to the top and bottom. We're going to get a rush. Jimmy G fumbles it. We get it picked up. I believe that's Toohill that picks it up, and he's running. He's at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Defense going to take the lead for us. The first big play we've seen from this defense in weeks. Great rush up front. One of the young guys for us comes in. Toohill, scoop and score. He's put together a tremendous late push to his season here. Obviously hasn't helped the team all too much with wins, but that definitely sure can. We'll need the defense to hold on to the lead here, but getting that is definitely something that we wanted to happen for sure. We will be going for 2 here, try to make this a touchdown game. Currently just a 5-point difference. We're going to go for the pass to the outside. He has Schultz, and he is in, lays down, doesn't want to take the hit. That will put us up 22-15 with just under 5 minutes remaining in this game. Defense came to play for us on the last drive. Let's see if they can continue that here. Spread receiver form here, 3 to the top. We're going to get another rush. Toohill in and a sack. He gets the scoop and score and comes right back at Jimmy G. Gets the sack. Going to be a 2nd and 23. Amazing play from him at the end of the season. Really makes you think if we should be playing some of the higher rated guys or if he's deserved to get a chance to start regularly. We'll take a look at the stats at the end of the season here, but Casey Toohill putting together a fantastic end to the regular season. On 2nd and long, they do come out with a bunch form here. Really backed up now. He's in the end zone. We have another guy coming. We get the hit on him late, but that ball thrown out of bounds to avoid the sack. We'll bring up a 3rd and 23. Sitting at 4 minutes, 18 seconds left in this game. Definitely have some off coverage now. As they go for the underneath here to 85. We get the sure tackle at about the 18. They're going to need a punt on 4th and 13. Give our offense a chance to try to put this game out. Field goal honestly might work if we're able to drain some of the clock. And our offense will take the field at the 36. Plenty of room for us to try to drain the clock. We go for a handoff on the first play. Christian McCaffrey makes a guy miss. No one's going to catch this guy. He's down to the 10-5 and in. Put the game away. Christian McCaffrey runs CMC. in on a 64-yard touchdown run. Gonna give us a nice lead late in this game. Hopefully that just puts it away, but we're gonna need our defense to secure it for sure for us. But really, really nice plays here against the Broncos. I guess this is the team that we're just meant to play against, as it's the only team we play well against. Well, I wanted to drain the clock, but I will take a 64-yard Christian McCaffrey touchdown run any day, as now we just need the defense to hold on here. However, they get a good completion here on first down, about 15 yards to the 40 to number 2 here. It's not giving me any... That's Julio Jones. Just kidding. I recognize it now. I'm not used to him wearing 2. But yeah, he gets the completion there on the first down pass. Kind of just in between coverage for the most part. Now sitting at about 3 minutes left. They need 2 touchdowns to tie it. They come out staying in that spread shotgun formation. And for some reason I thought that was one of our players. I was like, he just threw that right to our linebacker. Nope, that is a first down to Njoku, I think that was. And yeah, it looks like that was Njoku just sitting underneath the coverage. Bobby Okereke comes down to try to get a tackle, but nice block from a fellow Bronco. And Richards ends up bringing him down. They're now at the 49-yard line and the scoring side of the field. But a pick! Defense coming up clutch today. I think that's Justin Reed going down the sideline. This is going to be another touchdown. It is defense scoring 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, putting this game away. I don't think we need to sit and watch anymore. Go ahead and sim the rest of this. Defense comes up big. If the offense didn't even take the field, I think we could still win this game. We'll just go ahead and let the rest of this game go here. We get the extra point. Gives us a 36-15 lead with about 2 minutes remaining in this game. See if the Broncos are able to do anything. We get the pass breakup, force a throwaway. Defense really just playing well in this 4th quarter. Get a couple chunk plays for the Broncos. 3rd and 2. Another big play. Kelvin Harmon for 26 yards. Penalty on Casey Toohill. We do need to clean up the penalties this offseason. Michael Thomas gets some yardage, and then Njoku gets in for a touchdown. A little bit too late, 36-22. And we do, we at least recover the onside kick. Christian McCaffrey, 8 yards. Go ahead and just try to run out this clock, another 7. And Davis Mills takes the knee. And this game is done. We win again against the Broncos, sweep them on the year, even though they've been basically in charge of our division the whole season. But we got it done when it mattered most. They head off the field here. They were definitely in charge of passing. 281 passing yards. We had 213 rushing yards. Only 97 passing yards for us. Not great, but plus 2 takeaways. It's nice. If this is the formula for us to win, we'll take it day in and day out for sure. And after that game, we get an upgrade here for Darren Hall. Take a quick look at the ratings, and he could use a lot of help. But he's played decently well out there, given the chance at the end of this season. With the man upgrade here, we get plus 2 to man coverage and plus 1 to press and awareness. Good upgrade for him. And he is a 21-year-old rookie, so he has a lot of time to progress, and hopefully progressing is what he does. But big game there for us. We get the victory. Looks like we do get an injury as well. And that'll be the end of the year for Devin Kennard. He has an abdominal tear. Going to put him out for 4 weeks. We'll bring in a younger guy for him. Or depth guy, not necessarily a younger guy. Because if he was a younger guy, he might have been playing. But yeah. Jump on over to the last week, week 18, where we will play the moments and finish up any of the remaining regular season stuff we need to take care of. And we jump into a press conference here. Huge day on the ground for you in that last win. These guys up front really went to work, and you have to be proud of the way they performed. I was definitely proud of how many rushing yards we had. They played a huge part in what we were able to do, and where they go, we follow. If they keep building chemistry and playing at this level, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. We just need to play well. The amount of yards rushing your team has against the Raiders will determine how much XP each offensive lineman earns. That's a fun one. Once again, we get a message about playing spoiler here. You know, the season hasn't gone exactly the way you want, but I'm going to keep playing. Yes, we know you want us to beat the Raiders. They are 10-6 on the season. Definitely way too early to throw in the towel. I mean, it's the last game. So I guess if you're going to throw in any towel, might as well have it be the last game. But, yeah, beat the Raiders for a significant boost to your roster. We'll give it our best shot. And another boost, and I had a feeling it would be him. Casey Toohill is coming to us. Coach, I got to commend you on that game plan last week. The front seven absolutely dominated their blockers, and it was one of the best performances I've ever had. I'd say so, too. If I could put together another game like that against the Raiders, it'll go a long way towards establishing me as a leader on this team. I would definitely say so. We got to hold the Raiders to less than 250 total yards or get Casey Toohill one interception, forced fumble, tackle for loss, or sack. And I definitely think we could do that, especially with how well he's played the last 5 games, including this game. So hopefully he plays well. I'll knock on wood. But I'll take care of the weekly strategy real quick. And now it's time to actually jump into a game and play a little bit. And we got a big game here playing against the Raiders. And we're trying to play spoiler. They've put together a pretty good season. Maybe we have a chance at ruining it at the end for them. But we come out here playing the moments in this game. We will start at the 18. Run a bit of play action here. Wanted to go for Schultz late, but just didn't quite break open when I wanted it to. Instead, we'll dump it off, get the completion there to somebody. I couldn't quite tell. It was Hansen we get the completion to. Let's try a play here. Not that I think JJ would be a good one to run this to, so we'll check out of that, go with an RPO. We'll hand this off to Christian McCaffrey, try to get around the edge. We just don't get the blocking. Fortunately, going to be a loss of 1 there on the first down and goal rush. We'll stay in the same formation. Does JJ have the height? He does have the height. He's got the one-on-one. No. Does not go in favor of JJ Arcega-Whiteside. That is picked off by Young in the end zone. Probably should have went with a run there, but that's what JJ did in college. When we were at the goal line, toss it up, and he didn't really try to go for anything there. He just played poor defense. We'll continue along here, and I'm going to slow this down so I can actually see what's happening as Scotty Miller gets the first down for the Raiders. Big pass there to Christian Kirk, 26 yards. Thrown away. We are facing against Rodgers, or facing off against Rodgers. Defense needs our help, so we'll jump in here. And, of course, the big thing that we need today is, was it 250 or less passing yards, or Casey Toohill needs a tackle for a loss, sack, forced fumble, interception, so he could get a boost to his dev trait. As we get the stop there, Kunazik has just put all the young guys that we put in at the end of this season have played fantastic, at least personally. We've only gotten 1 win today, or at least in today's episode. I want to make it a change. Not really going to let me. We get the tackle. We get the hit. Is he marked short? Our quarterback's heading on the field. Davis Mills says it's our ball. So we will take over. Good stop for the defense. Not sure why the Raiders really decided to go for it there. And yeah, we'll jump in for a full possession here on offense. Come out with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. See what we could do here. We're going to throw that a little bit late. JJ gets the catch. Good placement, though. 33 wasn't able to go over in time. That's Trey Flowers. JJ was able to use his body to kind of box him out at least and secure the catch. We definitely don't have the speed, release, or route running for JJ. He does have the height on this the streak route. We'll try it. Launch it up to him. And that's a one-handed snag. Where was that last drive when we tossed it up to in the end zone? Big play for JJ there. Of course, let's not forget about run CMC. Check down to a, well, not check down, but we'll go down to a run here after we get that big chunk. He gets a gain of a few. Gets a gain of 3, I think. Yep, 3 yards. Come back with a rollout. Looked like Hanson's route to, actually finish in the end zone, but looks like it would come up a little bit short. We're going to have Carter breaking open across the middle. Juke back in. He fights in, and he's into the end zone. Not going to throw a pick. This time will give us the lead. Who ends up beating Flowers and Slade Jr. to get into the end zone. Nice speed going across the field. Flowers wasn't able to keep up, then was able to use that momentum to help push himself across the goal line there and into the end zone. Fairburn gets the extra point too, gives us that 7-0 lead. Hopefully we could hold on to this and then build on it. First down though, Tanyan goes for 10. It's a guy that Rogers knows very well. Josh Jacobs still a Raider in this fantasy universe. 21 to Scotty Miller. Raiders driving pretty well for 4 yards for Josh Jacobs. Throw it past the runaway. So we haven't seen a whole lot of that in today's episode as we've seen previously. Going to bring up a 3rd and 6. Make sure we're set up to cover this pass here. I was going to make an adjustment to the play, but check out of that. Come down and just the perfect pass against our cover 2. Finds OBJ over on the sideline down to the 10 for a first down. And they will keep us out here, so let's check that play there. Was going to bring a blitz, but just didn't line up very well. See what we're able to do. Try to stick to our coverage here. And we get the sack. That is Solomon Thomas with the sack. Not Tuhill, who would prefer to get the sack, but a sack nonetheless, and a sack on Rogers I will take every day. On 2nd and goal from the 19, they come out in a heavy set. 3 tight ends to the right. Only 1 receiver far out to the left. They're going to bring one of those tight ends in motion. We're going to slant our D line. And they go for a run down the middle. Alua's there, plus a couple other backers. We get the tackle quick and easy. 3rd and goal. We will run some man coverage here. Have them play off a little bit. No need to be too aggressive. Try to get around this corner with Tuhill. We don't, but we get the pass breakup by Lewis Marshall there. Bring up a 4th and goal. And this time the Raiders will go for the field goal, or at least they'll bring out the field goal formation. They went for it on 4th down last drive, and we ended up stopping them on 4th and inches. This time, they'll get 3 points. Going to narrow down the lead a little bit for us to only 4 points, but still a lead. The offense will start off with a pass thrown away. We've seen that quite often. Big sack there for Gregory. Going to be a 3rd and 20. We just toss that away. A super quick drive for us on offense. Raiders get the ball right back. Jabril Peppers not getting anything on the return. Josh Jacobs, however, gets 6 on 1st down. 2nd and 4. Everson Griffin in with a sack. He's sacked Rogers quite a bit in the past. Tanyan, however, gets the 1st down. And then a 7-yard rush for Rogers. Followed up, 2 more yards. Josh Jacobs, however, he's injured on the play. 3rd and short. They get 1 yard. Was that enough? They do say it is. Another 4 yards there for Stevenson. They're driving, looking to take the lead here. If we're not able to stop them, are they going to bring me in? Yes, they are. And on 2nd and 3, we're going to bring the pressure here. Try to hit home with a double A-gap blitz. And they go down to check for a run. We have a couple guys just chilling there, but no one really wanted to make a tackle from the looks of it. 4-yard rush for Howard, and he gets the 1st. That'll be a 1st and 10 at the 10, so they could still technically get a 1st down before all said and done on this drive. Try to bait him to an outside throw here. Looks like Rogers is going to dump it back to the inside. Don't know if that flag is going to be on them or us. I know I hit Rogers late. Hey, yeah. I mean, he just was standing there. I had to. Bring up a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. I'm going to check this to a run here. or a blitz, expecting a run. And that's what we do. Alua does a good job of stuffing 2 blockers. Reed comes down and gets the tackle. And they're going to stay in a heavy set. However, 2-minute warning hits. We're still up 7-3. Change formation a little bit. 2 receivers to the left-hand side. 2 tight ends to the right. We'll run a bit of some man. They're going to go to the left-hand side. And Alua there right off the snap. Gets the tackle in the backfield on Stevenson. Going to be a loss of a few. Going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 6. Just sheds the block right away and gets the tackle. Fortunately, I don't think he'll be back next year as he's on the older side. He might end up retiring. But let's come out here. Double A gap. However, we will definitely be backing out of the double A gap into some coverage. Try to get there in time. Tanyan stretches for it, and he gets in. We had 2 guys on him, just didn't lay a big enough hit. Raiders going to take the lead with about a minute and 40 seconds left. In the first half, that is. And they do get the extra point, 10-7 from Tyler Bass. See if we're able to do anything. Are they going to bring me in? Yes, they will. 2-minute drill time. I'm going to first put the curls on here, but then make a few adjustments. Have Carter come across. Hansen, I doubt you're going to have much of any speed. You're -5. I'm mostly looking for Christian McCaffrey here. However, Hansen had him beat, but doesn't attempt to catch the ball. That's going to be picked off by Slay. We had the positioning, but he just didn't try to catch the pass, and instead just falls right into Slay Jr.'s hands. Really unfortunate for us. See if the defense is able to hold on as we put him in a poor situation there. The pass thrown away on 2nd down, and on 3rd down they'll bring us out. 3rd and 4 from the 42. A stop here should keep them out of field goal range. We'll see if we could get that job done, however. As they're going to go for a pass across the middle. No, down the middle. Can Scarlett get there in time? He got there, but I think when he fell forward, they got the first. No, they mark it 4th and inches. We'll see what they end up doing. 4th and 1. They hit a 54-yard field goal, giving them a 13-7 lead. I didn't think they would be close enough for that, but I guess they do. On 1st down, we go for a run for Christian McCaffrey. 7-yard pass. We're just going into halftime from the look of it. Godshaw gets the tackle or the sack, and only a 6-yard pass. We're most likely heading into halftime, right? 4th down. Do we even have any time left, or are you just bringing me out here for no reason? We do have time. I don't think Mills has the arm to get this into the end zone, but I'll give it a chuck for sure. Can I send McCaffrey out there? No. What about that? How about I do that? Send McCaffrey on the wheel. Try to get everyone over to one side. Chuck it up late. We almost get the catch there from Hansen, but going to fall incomplete. And we'll head into halftime down 13-7. And it looks like the Raiders will get it after half. 13 yards to Mannertz. 3 yards, Stevenson. So it looks like it was a significant injury and a significant pass to Kirk there. But it looks like, significant injury to Josh Jacobs, as he has yet to return to this game. And we're just going to go all out right here. Run up the middle. They very well could set up a pass here, but hopefully we would get the sack before anything happens. As Reed gets in, but good pass there from Rodgers. The vet able to find the gap in the pressure. Does that sidearm, but not full sidearm. He ends up finding him. They will go up with an extra point. Would be 20-7. Interception, Bobby Okereke. I guess they went for it. Unfortunately, we don't get the field position of that. We'll see 6 yards on first down for Christian McCaffrey. Another 5. Be at least good enough for a first down. 8 more. Doing a bit of running to start the second half. Incomplete pass thrown away. 3rd and 2. 6 yards, Christian McCaffrey. 7 there for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Another throwaway. I feel like most of the incompletions are just throwaways in this game. At least in like the simming engine. If that's really what you would call it. I don't know how much of work they put into the sim engine. But we'll see what we can do here. 3rd and 3. Going to hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey. We get to the outside. Tries to make one man miss. Stay in. He does not end up staying in. Out at the 33. But we have the first down. And pass knocked away by Gregory. Another 9 yards there for run CMC. And we're right back out here. Well, it worked for us well last time. Let's continue to run the ball here with Christian. What do we have for fatigue? Everyone looks pretty good. Hand the ball off here. Try to follow our blockers, but the speed of McCaffrey, he was at the line of scrimmage by about the same time the linemen were. However, we get the first. They get 4-yard rush. Davis Mills going to get us into the red zone. Will they hand the ball back over to me? Going to look for Schultz here. Actually, I like the route there by Carter. I would like to go for Schultz. Going to depend on what Slay does. He ends up dropping back, so that's not where we're going to go. Instead, we're going to go for JJ at the goal line, down at the 1. Was hoping he would slide into the end zone. But catch down to the 1, we'll take it. And I doubt Bodden's had much love this year, so we're going to hand the ball off to him at the goal line. Try to run through a guy, and he ends up not getting in. Try following that up with a pitch here to run CMC. Can we move Bodden over? No, we're just going to have to use what we have. Christian McCaffrey shows off a little bit of power, and he falls into the end zone after running through 2 guys, flexing on him. Going to give us at least another touchdown in this game. We're still down. I think it's 6 points, currently 7 points. Hopefully with the extra point will be only 7. We need to thank 21 there. That's Peppers, who definitely helped us get into the end zone for sure. Parkinson in there fighting a little bit in the end zone. Like to see the chip on the shoulder there. And we do get the extra point, so it does bring it into a 5-point game here. Scotty Miller gets the touchback. 4 yards to Kirk on first down. Another 4 yards to Kirk on second. 3rd and 1. Stevenson gets the job done, gets the first, as we're looking like we just now ended the 3rd quarter. So to start the 4th quarter, pass thrown away. Rogers 3rd and short, pass knocked away by Adebo. Should be a punt, and it is. Hopefully our offense can do something here. Nice return by Love. Pass thrown away. Big chunk here to Chad Henson, probably his biggest chunk. Another one! Now that's the biggest chunk for sure on the season for him. Haven't seen him do all too much, getting a little bit of time out there to end this season, and injuries definitely helped, unfortunately, with Simi Fehoko going down. But let's see what we could do here. We go across the middle, JJ again on one of those deep in routes down to the 5. And this just seems very much like a Stanford run here. It's called strong power. We're going to pull a guard out in front, try to use the speed of McCaffrey to get around the edge, and we're lucky to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage on that job. On that play. Good job, though, for the Raiders defense. On 2nd and goal here, not going to test Darius Slay with just a toss-up, so not seeing a whole lot. Scramble, throw it out of bounds, live to fight another down. And on 3rd and goal, going to come out a bit of an empty set here. Can I bring McCaffrey over to the other side? No, because I didn't like the route that he has set up there. Make that shorter. Schultz run a drag. Yeah. Go with that instead. Go to the back of the end zone. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside drags the toes. I thought that might have been passed too far out of the back. It might be a candidate for booth review, but as it stands right now, we take the lead 22-19. With an extra point, we'll be 21-19. Might need to go for 2 here, though. And conversion good. We did go for 2, and we get it. So that's going to give us a field goal lead here in the 4th quarter. 5.5 minutes left. Tanyan gets a gain of 9 on first down. Aaron running for 5 yards on second. Big chunk here to Odell Beckham, and Amon Lewis Marshall goes down injured on that play. Kirk drops the pass. Throw away Aaron Rodgers. 3rd down. We could definitely use a sack here. question is, what formation will give us the best opportunity to do so? Because we need the stop, but more importantly, we could use a sack. Try to get them out of field goal range. Instead, we do neither, not a sack nor a stop. Tanyan gets the first down to the 18. They'll elect to keep us in here to try to get the stop. I don't know if Tanyan, or not Tanyan, I know Tanyan's had a good game. I don't know if Tuhill has gotten any of the stats, I guess, that he needs. I don't know what the passing yardage is for the Raiders either, to see if he maybe gets that boost, but we would definitely like to see it, even if it comes late here. And that's going to be a touchdown. Scotty Miller, just easy slant route, jogs on in. That will give them the lead. With the extra point will be a 4-point lead, so we will need another touchdown unless they end up going for 2 for some reason. Then a field goal would tie it. And they do go for the extra point and do get it. So they are now up 4, and apparently my controller batteries are running low. Hopefully we can finish this game before anything happens. And they are going to hand the ball off to me and say, go win this game, and I'm going to do my best. See what we could do. Try to make smart choices as well. Going to roll out here with Mills. Scramble for the first down and out of bounds. He looked a little bit like Saunders from the Vikings franchise there. Not a whole lot of speed, but enough to at least get out of the pocket and get a first every now and then. And how is his stamina doing after that? His stamina is fantastic. Much better than Saunders is. I'm going to see what we could do here. I don't want to force a pass. Again, we're just going to run here. Get another first. Mills just running it. trying to be smart this last drive and not force anything. We had Carter, who maybe was breaking open across the middle on that last play, but I didn't want to risk it. We need to step up here. Not able to step up in time. And that time it will be a sack. Another one for Gregory. Loss of 3. Of course, we don't need to just be passing. We have run CMC. We have time. We have timeouts. Let's utilize those and try to run through a guy. It didn't quite work, but does get a gain of a few. And I would love to see if Carter can use his speed to break open here. Do a late release here from Schultz on a cross. Going to find Carter here. He has the speed and he secures the catch. That'll get us to the 2-minute warning. And I was going to go with a jet sweep here, but considering they have the safety who's come down, I would like to check to a run, but we just don't really have a good run in that formation. Check to a shotgun form. Scrunch down the receivers a little bit. Use the speed of McCaffrey. Get about a gain of 7-8 yards. I want to try to slow things down a little bit here. Use the rest of this clock. Don't leave Rodgers with much. And make sure that we finish this game victorious. We need to get into the end zone. So leave enough time for us to do that. Oh, we could have used that block by Pete. If he got a hand on the corner, that could have been a touchdown. But, of course, we want to use some of the clock here. I'd like to get it underneath a minute before we start really thinking about calling any timeouts. And unfortunately, it looks like we're probably going to have a holding call here. Going to back us up. That it is on Walker Little. He's struggled a little bit this year, but he is a rookie, and we need to have him out there so he gets better. But that definitely does hurt a little bit. See what we could do here. We're going to find JJ. Gets a block, fights for it. That was close to a face mask. Mills really likes that play. That Mills-JJ connection looking good. And we're now underneath a minute. We're at the 7-yard line, so we're really in control here. We'll probably see the Raiders starting to call their own timeout shortly. It looks like we got the first, I believe, on that carry. We do first and goal. Again, not going to use any timeouts yet. I don't want Rodgers to have much of any time remaining. Laird comes in and he powers forward and we are in. Going to give us the lead with 35 seconds left. We are up 2. We need to at least get the extra point to secure a field goal advantage for us. And a shout out to Dahlman and Herbig on that run. The two offensive linemen we brought in late in the season, they just ran over the D-line, followed by Laird. A great power formation there for us. Gives us the touchdown. Now we just have the job of keeping Aaron Rodgers away from scoring for 33 seconds. That's all we need. It's just 33 seconds. And we'll play spoiler here late. Fortunately, not able to get the pass break up there in the first timeout for the Raiders. And another play like that, and they'll probably be in field goal range. Check to some zone coverage here to try to help out some of our guys. As they are going to find OBJ on the sideline. Just a collapse there, so at least so far on this drive. All we had to do was keep him out of the end zone, or away from the field goal range for 33 seconds, and in 11 seconds, they're already in field goal range. Nice hit there from Adebo, and another timeout for the Raiders. They have one left. Of course, all they need is a field goal. We might be playing for overtime right now, or at least hoping to play for some overtime, as we needed that tackle from Solomon Thomas. They're going to drain this clock, call their timeout, and if we don't get a block, we're heading into OT. This would be a time for Barku, who hasn't really played much at all this season, to make a play, and he's not able to get off the edge in time. They're going to tie this game up 29-29. Aaron Rodgers does it again. Seen enough of that as a Minnesota Vikings fan. We are headed into OT, and it looks like we are getting the ball. So with some smart play here, we could walk this game off. And that is exactly what I want to do here. Go first to Christian McCaffrey, hit the gap. Oh, if we had a little bit more speed or acceleration there, that could have been a huge play. But a gain of 8 on first down is nothing to take lightly. Again, we're going to do a late release here for Schultz, but go to the empty side, as everyone should have vacated. That might have been passed a little late. However, Ertz gets the completion down to the 41. Nice. Just slow, easy, steady. We just need to get down the field and get into that end zone. We did it last drive. We could do it again. Follow our blockers. Hit the gap. Christian McCaffrey hit the speed around the edge. Can he get around 22? He does for a bit. Down to the 30. 109 yards on the day for Run CMC. And right now we are 100% trying to play that spoiler role here. See if Hansen or even Carter can maybe get open here. Or JJ, if we could have an accurate pass there. It was unfortunate. JJ was wide open across the middle there for a good chunk too, but just weren't able to find him. Run CMC gets a gain of about 4-ish on that run. I'm actually going to say only a gain of 2. Definitely thought it was more than that. Again, going to go for a late release here from Schultz. And that's what I was looking for, a late release from him. Used some power, didn't really have much power there, but that should be a first down. And they do give it to us. So McCaffrey's looking a little tired out there, so we're going to sub in Laird. And I would love to see JJ coming towards the corner there. Just don't like what I see. They're going to dump it off to Laird. Ends up being broken up by Peppers. Fortunately, they don't have a normal run in this formation, just RPOs. We're going to dump it off here. Try to get a block with Laird. He does get a good block. And something weird, field goal. I don't know what things are popping up at the top, but 3rd and 3. On 3rd and 2, they do have a run here. However, I do like this play. Schultz going across. That's where we're going to go again. He gets the completion down to the 6. We run a bit of hurry up. And now we'll go for the run. CMC down the middle. And we play the spoiler. Perfect blocking. We followed those 2 new linemen for us with Dahlman and Herbig, and they get the job done. Wide open running space. Big gap there for McCaffrey. Could have drove a semi through it, and we will walk this game off victorious. Big game for us all the way around. 276 passing yards, 149 rushing yards. Defense had some decent plays, also some not so good plays, but hey, we got the victory. We beat Aaron Rodgers. I'll take that every day. And after that win, we head into the press room here. Another impressive week on the ground, led by the big guys up front. Yeah, they played great. Really opened up a lot of running games. Or a lot of running game. Yeah, they opened up the running game, but a lot of running room is what I was wanting to say. So nice to see the improvement from them. The two young guys we brought in played very well. And it looks like we're going to get a plus 4,500 experience points for our offensive linemen. Good job up front, guys. We also were playing spoiler, and we did spoil at the very end in overtime, walking it off. Great job this week. We just showed the league that even though we didn't start the year off great, we finished it well. I'm going to assume is what it says. Or it said I'm really proud of the team. There's no quitting these guys. This win could really be a nice building block, especially since we're having some of those younger guys in. Davis Mills, Christian McCaffrey, and Justin Reed have earned plus 10,000 experience points, which would be really nice for Mills, for sure. I wonder how they chose those guys. Maybe they were the captains. And your coach has earned 10 staff points, which will also be nice to help start upgrading our defensive coordinator. Granted, we might not be keeping them after this offseason. And lastly, breakout player. Were we able to get the job done? That wasn't the elite performance I was hoping for, and it's not for a lack of effort, I promise you that. Maybe it's a scheme, maybe it's a play calling. I don't know. Sounds like it's excuses there too, Hill. You still had a great end of the season and would like to see maybe a little bit more playtime for him come next year. He did play well for us, but that is it. That is the first regular season done in this challenge. We have to go through the offseason, and that will be the next episode. We'll be looking to bring in free agents, bring in draftees, and again, all of those have to be guys who played at a school in California. They don't have to be all Stanford first. That was just the challenge for drafting, so we couldn't go and draft someone like Aaron Rodgers because he played at Cal. So it was just something to make the challenge a little bit harder. So now it's just open. Any California school is up for the taking. So there's going to be free agents available. There's going to be draftees that we could bring in. All of that will be taking place next episode. So make sure you're sticking around to see how we're able to build this team into the future. We'll take a look at the stats for the season as well next episode. So a lot happening there. I hope you guys are enjoying. If you are enjoying, hit the subscription button, hit the like button, send it to someone who you know is a fan of any school from California. If they're another Stanford fan, definitely send it to them. But yeah, a lot of fun things happening here. I hope you guys stick around. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.